thing, like Quasi suggested. I started following Occupy Wall Street about 6 or 7 months on Twitter and social media before it started. And then I moved to LA and came to the Day of Rage at Olvera Plaza, September 17th, where not a whole lot of people showed up. I was hoping for a larger solidarity movement with Occupy Wall Street, because I'd been kind of boosting their Twitter feed for several months leading up to the occupation. But there was really nothing happening in LA. There didn't really seem to be any organized resistance of any kind, so I went back to my computer at night, again, where I am much more comfortable as opposed to standing in front of people talking, and started blasting Twitter, Occupy LA feeds, and met about 15 other people on the internet who were also interested in meeting in Pershing Square and actually starting something for real. But we did quote-unquote general assemblies online for about 4 nights leading up to that. Every night at the same time, trying to get more and more people into this little tiny chat room. And we finally decided that nothing was going to happen as long as we weren't meeting face to face. So like, let's find a spot. We decided on Pershing Square since it was right next to the banking district. And met up face to face for the very first time. There were about 35, 40 people there the very first night. No more people there the first night than are sitting here right now. In fact, probably fewer of us started Occupy Los Angeles. And every single night in between that first night and a week from there, the crowd grew. We went from 40, and then we were 60, and then we were 100, we were 120. And all of a sudden there was all this energy. We were going to do something. We weren't just going to sit, and we weren't just going to come one day a week, and we weren't going to make it part of our lives. We were going to make it our life. This was going to be what we did for months, for however long it took. So we decided October 1st, we had a actually the very first night we had people who came and they wanted to camp that night. And they were ready. They come up from San Diego and they had their tents. So they did a couple dry runs at a couple different places to like see what the police response was going to be. And we had an argument. We had a conflict. Are we gonna occupy the banks? Are we gonna try to make these people give a shit about what's going on around them? And through, we didn't even have consensus at that point. We voted. Majority rule, believe it or not. We still had not even implemented GA process. And the very first day, October 1st, which is when we decided we wanted to do it as quickly as possible to give as much boost to the signal from Wall Street as possible, we marched, and there were 2,000 people who marched from Pershing Square to here the very first day, and it was a swarm. We didn't know what to do. The 100 of us who had organized things and had tried to get porta potties and a food tent and everything set up for everyone, had no idea what to do. We were totally flummoxed, and everything sort of just exploded from there. I think that sort of explosive energy is what everyone is always looking for when they show up to a protest. The sense that there's this possibility that all of a sudden everything's going to change, and we're going to do something that no one's ever done before. And I think that's the kind of energy we need to recapture if we're ever going to do anything beyond showing up and feeling good about each other and meeting each other and showing each other the signs that we all agree about. I don't know how to get there again. I think on some level, the fact that we've done it once has given us all a lot of baggage, both with each other and amongst inside ourselves. I know that I get scared and anxious every time I come to City Hall, even if it's not for an Occupy event. I know that I get scared and anxious every time I come and I talk to other activists, because I'm afraid that what we're going to end up doing is just saying bye at the end of the conversation and not keep on doing something. Because the frank truth is that we are out of time. Time is up. Time was up 3 years ago. Time was up 15 years ago for the kind of action and the kind of buy-in that we need, not just from ourselves, but from our friends and from our people, like people who have jobs who can't be here right now. We need like wholehearted buy-in from those people, even if they can't make it, and we don't have it. We just don't have it. So I spent the past 3 years talking to every single person that I love and know and trying to get them to buy in at the same level that I'm bought in. And it's not very effective, and it hurts a lot because you have to put your own relationships on the line, and you have to say, if you love me and you love the kind of person that I am and the kind of things that I stand up for, you have to love this thing. You have to love justice, and you have to love the idea that we can't just exploit the things that we've been gifted on the planet like they're, I don't know, like there's so much trash to kick over, and like everything is disposable, because it's not, including this moment, including the opportunity to do something else and not just walk away at the end of the day today. So I encourage everyone to keep passionate, I guess, and talk to your friends and try to get the people who are in the world, who don't feel alienated from the world, to realize that it's an alienating thing and it's a bad thing, and we need to stop it. And we need to grow something different. That's it.
Oh, yeah.